Hey guys, what's up? It's Halsey, and you're watching my Ask Anything chat for Romeo and Saturday Night Online. Diana from Bayside wants to know what's your favorite song off of Badlands. I think my favorite song off of Badlands is Gasoline. It's a song on the deluxe edition, and it's the song that I open up my live show with. So it gets me really pumped. It's super self-aware and super angry, and no matter what kind of mood I'm in, Gasoline always snaps me right back down to earth. Emily from Baxley wants to know if you could see the world in only one color, what color would you want it to be? I think the obvious answer to that question is blue. Because blue is my color. Blue is the color of Badlands. Blue was my hair for a really long time. Blue is my stage, my show. I think I already kind of see the world in blue. Taylor from Barry wants to know if there's a tattoo that I would like to get. So a couple months ago, I got this tattoo with a bunch of fans, and it's a matchstick. And for me, what it symbolizes is potential, and the idea of having an unlit match to me feels like you could strike at any moment. You haven't used all your cards, you haven't used all your resources, you still have something you're hanging on to that you can ignite when you feel necessary. So I think that when we play Madison Square Garden in August, I think I would like to add a flame to the match to kind of symbolize me feeling like I finally struck that extra card that I was been holding on to this whole time. Brenna from Franklin wants to know what is my favorite kind of sushi. My favorite sushi restaurant is a place in Los Angeles called Sugarfish. I eat there so many times a week that they know my name. And when I sit down at the table, they bring me an iced green tea and the first round of my order because they already know what I'm going to get. In retrospect, that's pretty embarrassing. But my favorite thing there is the tuna sashimi with ponzu sauce. So good. Reese from Shippensburg says, if you had to choose one song from Badlands to be the theme song of your life, which would you choose and why? I think that if I had to pick one song off of Badlands that kind of summarized me, I think I would pick Castle. Castle's a really good life theme song. I kind of picture myself like a badass heroine, strolling through the streets, like trying to take control of everything around me and being awesome and confident and in control. And Castle just gives me movie trailer vibes, opening up on a dark scene and it's me in the middle and I'm ready to take over the city, and that's how I'd like to feel every day, I think. Jenna from Binghamton wants to know what I think about when I'm on stage. I think about a lot of different things when I'm on stage. One of the cool things about my album to me is that I wrote songs that kind of come from multiple different perspectives. So, there's a perspective of heartbreak, there's this perspective of anger and determination, a perspective that's coming of age and kind of reflective and nostalgic, and then one that's, happy and one that's confused. And so what that means for me is that depending on how I'm feeling in the day, I can latch on to different emotions and kind of apply that to my show. So, if I'm having a bad day, then I can really play up the angry songs and make the show feel really angry. And, if I'm having a sad day, then I can really play up the sad songs and make it feel really emotional. When I'm playing my show, mostly I'm thinking about making sure that everyone looks like they're having a good time, making sure everybody looks like they're safe, and making sure that I am telling my story the best way that I can possibly think to do so. Shelby from Philadelphia wants to know what the number one thing I want both my fans and new listeners to take away from my music. I think the one thing that I would want people to take away from my music is a desire to be themselves and a desire to stay true to who they are, because a lot of my music is autobiographical and kind of has a very, very personal connection and a very detailed way of unfolding that, may not be relatable for everybody else, but I don't let that stop me from writing my songs that way. The possibility that someone might not relate doesn't scare me. It doesn't make me want to write vague music. It still, drives me to make music that is true to my life and immortalizes the occurrences of my adventures and the people around me and the things that we have done. So I think the one thing that I would want people to take away from just my project in general is a desire to be yourself, a desire to not care what other people think of you, because I try to tell myself that every day. And I would be foolish to say that I'm perfect at it, but I'm trying very hard. Lily from Woodinville. What was one of your favorite songs when you were in high school? That's a really, really, really hard question because I listened to a lot of different music in high school. My favorite bands in high school were Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance, Kings of Leon, Brand New, and Taking Back Sunday. So I think my top few favorite songs would probably be, Sick Transit by Brand New, or So Come Right Lime. Timberwolves by Taking Back Sunday. Anything by Kings of Leon. And then I think a random one would be Naive by the Kooks. Because that was my, drive down the road with the windows down with my friends and scream that song, super loud. So, that's a really, really awesome song. And I had the really awesome opportunity of opening up for them on my very first tour ever. And so every night I would go down and I would watch them play that song. And it just reminded me of high school, and it was so much fun. Veronica from Sydney, what is your favorite TV show at the moment that you can't miss? I don't really watch a lot of TV, to be honest. I wish I had time to, but I don't. I'm lucky if I have time to take a shower every day, so I don't really have an answer for that one. But TV shows I used to really like are American Horror Story, Orange is the New Black. I try to catch up on when I'm on flights and, I have some time. And Modern Family is very funny to me. I don't know if it's funny to anybody else, but it's very funny to me. Stephanie from Las Vegas says, In-N-Out or Shake Shack. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Shake Shack. I'm sorry. It's because, the burgers are both very good, but Shake Shack has better fries. So that puts Shake Shack in the winner's circle for me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sammy from Durham says, what's the movie that when you're having a bad day will just cheer you up? Mean Girls is a good one. Mean Girls will cheer me up. Anything by Wes Anderson will definitely cheer me up. Let's see. And any sort of James Franco, Seth Rogen, Judd Apatow comedy, like Pineapple Express and Superbad and Neighbors, those movies are hilarious to me, because I'm a big dumb child. Ashley from Detroit wants to know how long it takes me to come up with the set list. I have one album, so not very long, because I only have 16 songs. Teresa from Kansas City says, if you were forced to move to a different planet and could only take 3 things from Earth with you, what would they be? I want to make this all one thing, but I feel like it's cheating, so I think I'd bring a laptop, Wi-Fi, and Netflix. All 3 of those things, because then I could just watch endless movies and be okay, and stay connected with the world around me. Or I would bring a guitar, gummy bears, in case they didn't have them there, and a guitar and gummy bears. That's all I need. I'm not needy. I don't even need 3 things. Carly from Miami. If you could travel back in time, where would you go and what would you do? I think I'd go back to the 70s. And I would try to learn as much as I can from Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg, so that I could use my powers for good and not evil in the future. Because I'm assuming I get to travel back to time from going back in time. Then I would learn from them, come back, apply it, and write the greatest album of all time. Annie from Arlington. What's one question you hate getting asked? I hate getting asked about my friends. I hate getting asked if I'm dating my friends. I hate people assuming that people that I know that I'm associated with I'm dating. I'm single unless I say I'm not, for the most part. And if I'm not, I'm keeping it to myself for a reason. I think most recently I've seen like a lot of people thinking that I'm dating one person or dating another person or dating another person, and that's definitely the nature of the music industry, but I hate getting asked about that because it puts me in a really awkward position. And it doesn't let me explore how I do feel about someone. Because if I'm maybe starting to get a crush on someone and, everyone starts saying we're dating, then it kind of ruins it for us because it makes it super awkward, and then we never get to explore that possibility. So yeah, I really wish people wouldn't ask questions about like personal relationships. Sophie from Milan wants to know, what's the last cool thing you bought for yourself? Maybe this jacket. It's Raf Simons, and it's really cool. Or what have I bought for myself recently? I bought myself a really cool backpack, and I'm really obsessed with it, and I wear it all the time. And I'm always buying shoes. I buy a lot of shoes. I love shoes. Sneakers. Oh, that's it. The coolest thing I just bought for myself was a pair of Yeezys, and I'm thrilled about them. I want to sleep in them. I want to wear them like slippers and cuddle them. I don't know. John from San Jose said, how did it feel to be able to work with Justin Bieber for The Feeling? Working with Justin was really, really awesome, and, this song is one of my favorite songs. I listen to it before I, go to bed every night. It's on my, playlist to go to sleep, and every time I hear it, I feel like it's not actually me. It's just, a song I really like, and it's someone else singing. But it was really, really awesome and kind of out of body. Really cool to get to know that he's, a real person and nice and funny and nervous and just kind of like everybody else, because people put a lot of pressures on him and a lot of assumptions and exaggerations, and the cool thing for me was growing up thinking he was the biggest superstar in the world, and then now he's just Justin, which is pretty cool. Emma from Nottingham said, what was your favorite music video to shoot and why? Also, are there any more coming soon? There is definitely another music video coming soon. I haven't filmed it yet, but I will, and it's going to be really, really exciting. All my music videos are fun to shoot. Honestly, the one that was the least fun to shoot was New Americana, because I had pneumonia when we shot it. So it's just running around the jungle and throwing up and covered in blood, and my grandma was texting me, and she's like, I saw a picture of you on Twitter, and you were bleeding. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, Grandma, I'm fine. But it was a total mess. So I think I'm going to hold off on the action films for the next few years. Nikki from Naniamo wants to know, what are my favorite things to do in my free time? I like to shop a lot. I like to read. I like to draw. But mostly I spend a lot of time kind of bouncing around the country trying to see my friends and family when I get a day off or a second off. Thanks to Romeo and Saturday Night Online for having me on for my very first Ask Anything chat. You guys send in some really awesome questions, and it's always fun to tell you a little bit more about myself and to get to be honest with you, to answer the questions that are fun and to answer the questions that are kind of serious. So keep asking them. I'll see you guys soon.